Welcome back to Tavern Talk. Welcome to Act 2. 10. Twin Flames. 8 of the Astral Moon. Start of the... Did I hear the sheep? Is that Rufus? Oh no, it's not Rufus. Hi, Jade. Hey, Innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week to be exact, and you already miss me. A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seems like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like an easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that will loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me all of my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. So I'm giving away drinks just for stories. I'm not sure, I kinda like that. When I'm gonna make those drinks? She wants a spoken heart. I think she wants a spoken heart. So she said something about charisma. Yes, there you go. Spoken heart. There you have it. Let's hope this suits your taste. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink, now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. I told you the client's farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their sharing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get back then in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Diria at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their looks and fences. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you, obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they are twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They are impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it right. I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end, imagining having fought hundreds if not thousands of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh! Yeah. I saw a two-headed snake once. What the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the ship. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guess on what that magical tooth might be? I have no... It's you? Clovers! Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, Innkeeper. Do you two know each other? It looked very creepy even though it was a small snake. It had two heads! That's not normal. Of course it was, like, creepy. Oh my god. Imagine also being, like, venomous or something. The song is too loud. Barely. Huh. Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like her. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, Inkip. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know your always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, she might not look like it, but her drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. I'm gonna spit in her drink. I'm just gonna spit in her drink. Okay. Southern Brawler it is. There you go. Enjoy one of these. Enjoy one of these. Perfection. Yay! Southern Brawler. It wasn't venomous. There's not a lot of venomous snakes here. At least that. But holy damn, 2 heads. Jesus. Your drink is ready. I put Ando to spit on it. Enjoy. I hope you're gonna choke on it. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jay told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business. Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer, but this was one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stone like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that precious blonde dragon princess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. We got infusion unlocked citrine. Oh, that's so cool. We have citrine. Oh. Oh, that's so cool. Chilies. Lovely. So this is... It gives like food... It gives like defense and attack. That's good. Divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter, but don't come cry to me after I annihilate you. Ha! You wish. J. Una, be on guard. Why? Scared I might lose? I just know for a fact that Jade's not new to cheating. I've seen countless mercenaries lose against her. Do you really think I'm that senile? This will be an easy match, don't you worry. Get enough in your monthly pension to pay for 2 drinks, Una. You know I can hear you both, right? Got cold feet? Keep dreaming. Have fun playing cards, I guess. So who won? Oh, it's the sunrise. Yo! Hi! Good day! He looks like the guy that he's like, I don't know, like he's gonna make a cake or something, you know, like he's like born for fight. No, born for doing cakes, looking like I need to fight. I don't know. Good day. I have returned, innkeeper. Elitia! Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome. This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. Claymore. Why do I feel like this is like an Easter egg? Born to bake, forced to fight. Yes, exactly. He's that guy. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those Gref people. Claymore is a giant sword. Oh, there you have it. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those Clay it is then? Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my, you've got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about... why is he moving? Is this moving when he's like anxious? How about one of those drinks with the ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Muscles! Give him some muscles. There you go. Muscles for a giant cake baker guy. And boom. One of these and one of these. That's perfect. Perfect. There you have it. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't you worry, I remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine missions of not falling asleep standing. Alright. What do you want, miss? What do you... Okay, this one. Frosted Lagoon. Frosted Lagoon for Elitia. Or Tia. I like Tia. Tia sounds really, really nice. Tia. It's like Auntie Tia, you know? It sounds so cute. Okay. There you... No? Oh, okay. I moved too fast. There you have it, Tia. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you are right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right there in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dolwell. Or should I say the abandoned isle of... or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? It started raining here. I guess that's good. Especially because you said that we had like some, what is it called? Some like heat wave. Why? Because it's shaped like one? Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seems like it was running from something and that it was full of setting furry. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. They weren't wrong. She's right. It did lead us on an adventure, but I don't know if they hoped it wiped out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. That weren't wrong about it being a sign of a change of pace is all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being airy and was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of naturality and prevent them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the dedicated balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry, slipped my head. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did actually. Pairing dragonhead, tritons, and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins. Therefore, making the connection to the astral seem more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be amongst his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. I told you, he's born to be cute but forced to fight. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the rituals, synced Tia's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess these particular hearing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your own very own ritual clay? I was collecting them for my friends. Oh my god. At this time of the year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. They encounter these creatures a lot. I tried to, they're very nice, he's adorable. Clay can talk to animals, Gaia's blessing rests upon him. Fantastic. It is! Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. It stopped raining already. It was like a fake rain. It was like, you want rain? You want this? You want rain? Haha. Psych. No rain. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes. Like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the Astral Sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many astral creatures can traverse the planes at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you sweep up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It's just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could just visit them in the Astral Sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between places is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the Primordial Sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the Astral Sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Austrian friends who can choose to leave their home planes on a whim get pulled back by currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for a very long time. Since the 5 interplanar portals open up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the Astral and Primordial Sea, not to mention Ur, are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that's it. That is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we are getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendship with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. It's adorable. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had now been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds unhealthy. That's an understatement. The stars wasn't a thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was grey, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You know what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in his eyes. That feeling when you're scared, you get angry, When you want to fight because you're terrified, you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled and showed it that I didn't mean any harm. So I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instincts to mistrust, but then it picked the shell up gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheeks. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to eyes before they even hit the ground. It was at the moment I realized its body had been cursed with a pointed frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of his disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it on the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale, and one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about finding some sort of evil creatures onto legs. A creature onto legs, so humanoid then? We assume. It turns out the whale don't care much about our appearances. It cares more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color, and it tasted horrible. But it thought I had a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The two-logged monsters just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Oh, you forgot divinity. Thank you. I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the highlands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inexplicable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar carbs and cosmic squids, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So, in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star, a giant one, at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas. It did, and it helped, but it kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea. Delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But he said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of the place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything he described it, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It can count yourself lucky you were there to help. It didn't, I'm sure I'm sure he tried his best. I don't think no. His best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you are able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but the star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all other stars in the Astral Sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with his guilt nested in his stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the stars doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We wouldn't be sad the most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's steady companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to lie sometimes. I like that. We should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. Oh, that's so cute. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fight and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward for seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. This one or what? The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are. You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it, I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Enjoy your ice cream, Cedric. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun hunchback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all of this. An angry humanoid figure. And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch! No hard feelings, I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand, paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity, the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars far from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. We should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirder over here did too. We all did, at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of of the natural order of things. From chaos to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisure attitude only leads to failure. And even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Haha! Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy got another drink for me. I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Another strong one. There you have it. What I don't like is that it feels like everyone gets the same drinks, and I wish I would do other drinks too, you know. I would really like that. But it is what it is. There you have it, Una. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Fair way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavors, good or bad. Depends on the day. I found your apathy borders on tragedy. And I found your hero complex unsustainable. Hero complex. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. Delusion. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like you could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is a failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The later. She was right about one thing though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that these too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere, in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, no? Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold, but I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone who comes across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the Great Seven Magdan archives, the Gaian one to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one of each plane, even what? The plane of the dead. There were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answer we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. Rumor unlocked Everbloom, but you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all those scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. What's the proof thing? This? She's Una. she's a retired person. Sedwick, calm down. We're not doing gambling. Calm down. We're not doing that, Sedwick. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all of this, right? I could do it a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this innkeeper. This is very short notice. As a disaster typically ends the vigilance, I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one or two, though they won't be put too much to use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. Oh, she's crazy. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real life. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No, thank you, Clay. He's adorable. Anytime then, the receipts will be a surprise. Have a superb day. Oh, I love him. I take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on those seashells. Catching up with some Esther friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. They're so cute. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. You're so right, Clay. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they are not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster. The silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper, thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself too. He's adorable. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. He's gonna make me some soup. It's you! Bonsoir! Top of the evening to you! It's Jacksepticeye. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see in your faces, new acquaintances? With whom do I have the pleasure today? This is Uma. No way, a speaking skeleton? I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Hello there, how incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. A fellow Maida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immeasurably difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Maybe you're nearly as terrible at lying as you are at winning against me while cheating. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. She stole the necklace from Scully. What a coincidence! I happened to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? There are 3 acts with chapters and the final act apparently. Okay. That is true. I haven't seen another Mahida since. Well, since I woke up, so anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if the 2 of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was, quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. You, the magician! Let's go. Good mythical morning. It's night time? It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but still. Morning somewhere, I know. You got it. But today, I'm not here to talk with you about modern magic. Today, we're going to celebrate my sister. Hi! Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Why don't you say hi? Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderful, talented sister successfully defeated her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats! I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet, thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course, how about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Alrighty then, some brains. Brains. Where is the brains? This one? Or this one? Sparkling Nebula. Can I give her a Sparkling Nebula? 2, 3, and 1, and 2. Sparkling Nebula for the brains. There you have it. It's lovely. It matches like your outfit. My, this is delightful. See? Told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that brings back the charm of the old days. At your service. Alright, for you, we are having... Where is it? Spoken Heart? Yes. A Spoken Heart for our friend Scully. Malachite likes the Spoken Heart too. It helps him talk with people, you know, because he's quite shy. But he's fine. We like him anyway, even though he's different. There you have it, the Spoken Heart. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh! What a lovely taste. It warms my body inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theoretically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need... you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actually laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the giant Everbloom archives, to be precise. We need you, Scully! Scully has the information that Tia needs. Before my supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I never had a chance to talk to one. Well, obviously, they are all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They are mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have been gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge? It would be my pleasure, but sadly, I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or the ruins, rather. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might even woken up closely by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gas likely blazing were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Oh, you lost your mouth. The liquid in the lake could single the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surrounded us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Skull is talking about. Oh! It sounds just like the Gravel Mech, sharp rocks next to the poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious even for you. Fine. Your detective wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravemech anyway. Oh, and you would. Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already. Thank you for your reluctant service. Why are you scared? What a lovely young lady she would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's to my point still stands, but I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will. See you practically. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Oh, that was fun. That was a fun day, wasn't it? Alright, let's put the pieces together about the archives. We need the archives. Greatest sword belongs to the great, allegedly a gift from the dragon's snow. The Maiden archives. Undead snow. In the river's bank of the Shivermere, Henderson Mary Morgan awards snow. This is a spirit. Dip it in the Grimlick's Hide long lost treasure. Terrified by stalkers. The verdict still out there. No. A strange has come to town. Nope. According to Asian estimate, these roots of the ether tree. No. A crash of spinal. Fable Everblown. No, that's not it. Okay. Within this, and I need one more. Grave make this one. Deep within the grave make hide long lost treasures and terrifying bricks stalkers. So the verdict is out. Yes, this one. There you go. Raiders of the Lost Archives. The Lost May and Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the grave, make a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Great. We feed Andu. We are cleaning. And we are closed. Good night.